Like Justin Fields' first 3 passes were wide open. He overthrew Mooney. He caught DJ Moore, and he caught DJ Moore again. 3 in a row. Welcome to the Joe Jordan Show on the Refuse to Lose Sports Network. I am your host, Joe Jordan, and yes, I am here. We're going to talk about that game, the Bears embarrassing the Washington Commanders on Thursday Night Football national television. So, if you watched the episode from yesterday, felt really good about this game. I felt like the two teams were going 2 different ways. The Bears were going south with all the drama they have going on. And the Commanders were trending up. Both teams lost last week, but in different fashions. The Bears got out to a hot start, up 28-7, and still lose to the Denver Broncos, while the Commanders had also a early lead, 17-7, but ended up losing in overtime to the reigning Super Bowl, what you call it, runner-ups, in overtime off a game-winning field goal. So you felt, Washington, like, okay, they looking good. But then you go on primetime, national television. I mean, everybody's watching. You got celebrities out there. You're the only game that's on across the whole world when it comes to American football. And then this is an opportunity to showcase who the Commanders are. And what the Commanders do. They did exactly what they've been doing all year besides against Philly. They start slow. I mean, defensively, they look horrible. They look exactly the same as they did last year. Last year, big play after big play after big play. Around this time, in the same week last year, the Commanders played the Titans and lost. They were in the bottom of the league on defense. And majority of the reason why was because of big plays. You look at yesterday. You look at yesterday's game. Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore, he had a career day. Kudos to him. He had a career day. First of all, Justin Fields had 282 passing yards. That's the 4th most in his career. He had 4 touchdowns, which is tied for the most he had in his career because he had 4 last week against the Broncos. Elijah Moore, and then also Fields had 3 TDs in the first half. Elijah Moore, I keep saying Elijah Moore. Sorry, DJ Moore. DJ Moore, 230 receiving yards. 230 receiving yards. But do y'all know, out of the 230 receiving yards, 221 of them were on hitches and go routes. And they caused big plays. So they, like, out of Justin Fields' 282 passing yards, DJ Moore had 230. So outside of DJ Moore, he had 52 passing yards. You look at the game before, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown killed us. Emmanuel Forbes got killed. Jack Del Rio, he keeps Emmanuel Forbes on A.J. Brown. Ended up costing us the game. I'm trying to look at the bigger picture. Maybe he's preparing him for the future. But then you turn around and he's on DJ Moore and he gets benched. I mean, you're going to bench him against the Bears, you might as well bench him against the Eagles. If you're going to ride it out versus the Eagles, you might as well ride it out versus the Bears. It don't make sense to me. It don't match. So this is another year of the defense starting slow. Jack Del Rio, you're a good defensive coordinator. Even though you started slow last year, you picked it up and then y'all finished 3rd in the NFL. But Jack Del Rio, how many years are going to go by when you're going to continue to start slow with the defense? We can't, I expected the offense to start slow. And the offense, it started slow in the beginning of the game, the first 2 possessions, but then they picked it up for the rest of the game. And then the defense, they had a few drives that were good, and some of the drives that were good, it was just missed throws, probably by Justin Fields. Like a big play was avoided. So my thing is, the defense is more seasoned than the offense. You gotta realize the offense has a new offensive coordinator, new quarterback. While the defense has the same defensive coordinator, your first 2 draft picks in the draft were defensive players. And the defensive backs, you drafted a safety and a cornerback. And the defense is getting killed on the back end. Now the front 4, They're doing a good job. There were moments in that game when those running lanes were open, but hey, I mean that's going to happen throughout the game. You're not going to kill every gap, in one game. So the front four, they did enough. They did their job, but the back end of the defense was horrible. Kendall Fuller, horrible yesterday. Forrest was terrible. I mean, missed a tackle on DJ Moore, ran for a big gain. Missed a tackle on Herbert, ran for a big gain. Gamble on a pass on DJ Moore, ran for a big gain. Kendall Fuller, gambles, game is over. Kendall Fuller, corner end zone. Even St. Jude's got killed one play. That's my guy, but he got killed. So the defense is looking horrible. I'm very disappointed in the defense. I did not expect this to happen with the defense because all they talked about all season, we got to start fast. We got to start fast. We can't be having these sluggish starts of the season, and we got to up the turnovers. 5 turnovers so far for the whole year. And the team offensively are turning the ball over 10-5. So we are at -5 when it comes to turnover ratio. How do you expect to win games when you're turning the ball over more than you're forcing turnovers? Now, you might say, Joe, it's only one game. The Bills, they had 5 turnovers. Okay. Outside the Bills game, it's -1 on the turnover ratio. It's still negative. So, turnover twice yesterday. Sam Howell throws a lazy interception, very lazy interception. And then Logan Thomas fumbles on a key drive. De'Ami Brown drops a pass, touchdown pass. Logan Thomas drops a somewhat touchdown pass. Take the Terry McLaurin pass interference. They picked up the flag. I thought it was pass interference because he wasn't looking at I get it. They ain't call it. I'm not blaming the refs. So it was ugly. It was ugly, man. It was a terrible game. So the defense so far this year allows the 3rd most yards per play. 3rd most per play. That's the issue. Yes, the offense is not perfect. Yes, the offense turned the ball over twice yesterday. Offense was pressing also. Yes, the offense went on 2, 3 and outs back to back. I understand that. But the defense looked horrible. The defense allowing long drives. You punt the ball to them. They get pinned down to the 10-yard line. And then next thing you know, they're kicking the field goal. The defense can't go to the field. It's crazy. The Broncos put up points. I mean, everybody put up points on the Commanders so far, except for the Cardinals. Same exact thing as last year. So to say all that is this. The season is not over. I know it was an embarrassing act. Magic Johnson came out and said something. And I respect what he said, because what he said was true. He came out and said, tonight the Commanders played with no intensity or fire. We didn't compete in the first half and got down 27-3 heading into halftime. It was too big of a hole to climb out of, and that is why we ended up losing 40-20. And he's right. He's right. And you know what that's on? I've been praising you all year, but I got to say something. That's on Ron Rivera. Now, Ron Rivera did come out and say that's on him, but that's not what people want to hear. They want to see things done. Now, I don't know if they took this team lightly after that performance versus the Eagles. Still end up with a loss. You got to come out prepared, man. Any given Thursday, any given Sunday, right? So, all break. Justin Fields' first 3 passes were wide open. He overthrew Mooney. He caught DJ Moore, and he caught DJ Moore again. 3 in a row. 3 wide open. The first 3 passes. This team wasn't prepared. They were not prepared mentally for this game. Right? Well, the defense was not prepared. I'm going to say that. The offense started off slow, but the 3 and out the offense had, I mean, come on, that's one player. That first drive, you go on 3rd down, it's 3rd and 2. You call it's a good play call, but Nick Gates get punished by Billings. He gets punished. He lose off break. So he hits the ball off, swim move, and he in the backfield. I mean, that's not, I'm not going to, the offense is not my worry right now. The worry is the defense. And it's not really a worry because I know they're going to turn around. They do this every year. Every year around this time. Now we got the Falcons next week. Now watch the defense pick it up. Everybody's going to be amped. And then we got the Giants. The defense is going to pick it up. But then the real test will come when we play Philly the second time at home. So that's what I'm really looking at, the defense, man. The defense, very disappointed. We spent the first 2 draft picks on the defensive side. Jack Del Rio got people who's been there all last year. And then you got the offense outplaying the defense. Like, come on, man. So this team is gonna be okay though. They're gonna be okay. They still gonna make the playoffs. Now, winning the division, that's gonna be tough. You can't have slow starts like this in a season and win the division. Now, I'm not gonna say it can't happen because a winning streak can easily happen. You know, I mean, I've witnessed it before. The RG3 Commanders were 3-6, and then they won 7 games straight. When Mike Shanahan was like, people don't have to compete for their jobs and stuff. I mean, I seen a lot. I saw the Patriots couple of years ago was in the same predicament, and they won 8 straight games, I believe, 8 or 9 straight games. They made it playoffs. So a lot can happen. But how the rate, what is looking right now? Defense is looking bad, and the defense is holding this team back right now. I mean, they are. They're holding this team back. I understand the offense is starting slow in some of these games, but you got to realize the defense been there. They have the same coordinator. They have that same chemistry. They should not be starting slow like this. I understand the offense, but not the defense. And then for people to say, you know, Airbnb needed to get fired, those people who say that don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. You can clearly see the difference in the offense since Airbnb's been here. I mean, I'm more confident in the offense than I am in the defense. And it's my first time saying this since 2012. So they don't know what they're talking about. But Ron Rivera gonna have to pick it up. He's gonna have to pick it up. I'm so glad Magic Johnson put that out there because this is a moment for the head coach to prepare your team for this moment. And this with the product you put on the field in front of everybody, in front of your fans. Come on, man. Gotta bounce back against the Falcons. So the Bears, kudos to the Bears. They bounced back. It was a lot of drama about their head coach being fired. He responded very well defensively, right? Justin Fields, he was able to finish the game off. And, you know, last week against the Broncos, they started very fast and then they end up burning out. And Justin Fields didn't burn out. He played really good. Like, he did not make any mistakes. He avoided a few sacks, right? He could have got sacked like at least 5 or 6 times, but he avoided a lot of them. So Justin Fields playing very great. You know, DJ Moore is playing great too. I mean, he killed us. He was a fantasy hero. Anybody that had DJ Moore as a starter, they're excited right now. They got a big lead on their fantasy week. Shout out to Coach Coons, fantasy football coach. So the Bears, man, great job with them, man. Respect. That was a respectable win of them. You saw things trending up with them last game, but they fell in their face in the second half. So I didn't know that they would come out blazing like this, and they did. And plus, they had a veteran. That's a veteran. They had a former Bear who passed away. So you know, a lot of emotions probably came from that. Also, just playing for him, right? So I get it, but still no excuse for the Commanders to put a performance out like that. It's inexcusable. It was terrible, but they're still good. They're still gonna make the playoffs. Now that division title though, that's getting shaky. It's getting really shaky, but they will make the playoffs and they will be fine. So that's all I have for you guys today, and I'll see y'all in the next episode.